Hi there, it's Louise with you of Timeless Craft Mama, and today I'm sharing a scrapbook layout process video created for Scrapbook Boutique, and this page is inspired by our May mood board challenge all about pink. So what I'd like to do is show you how to create a boys page using pink, and I think that probably the most important thing here is the photo choice. So when I'm planning for this creation, I'm firstly going to go through my stash and choose some elements, and I'm using papers from Heidi Swap, and this patterned paper that came out of the paper pad, it really sort of grabbed me as soon as I flicked past it, and it wasn't my plan to cut this page and use that sort of geometric background, but I really like the way this turned out, and I really like how it's pink, but it's really not dominant, and that's sort of what has really helped in creating a boys pink page. So working on a little bit of the layout, and you can see just underneath the stencil there the photos that I've chosen. They're actually of Master Z, and he is underneath a pink sheet. So I think that if you're going to create with pink and you want to use a boys page, your photos are going to be really important. I would choose something in black and white, or I would choose something that's got that sort of shade of pink already in it. And this I think when I was planning this page, I knew that I wanted to keep it quite light and bright like the mood board. So what I've done is gone through my stash and mostly come up with things to sort of enhance the layout and lighten it, rather than what I would normally do, which would be to include quite a bit of black into the background of a page. This is sort of, I think black really helps to neutralize a page, whereas for this design, I kept it quite light and bright. So I'm using Snow White paste from Colour Blast, and that's through the Kaiser Craft stencil. I think it's called a Mandela, but I call it a doily because that's what it looks like in the background. Now, while that paste is wet, this is very important. While the paste is wet, I want to add some splatters of colour from my watercolour, because I want some of that colour to soak into the paste. So while it's still wet, if I can get some of that, I've just used a sort of a silvery grey, because this is a metallic watercolour palette that I'm using, and then I'm going to use just the baby pink as well. Now I've let that to dry, and you can see how fabulous the shimmer is from that Colour Blast paste. And here's where I'm going to actually work on the page and actually start to put things together. Now again, I really struggled with embellishing this page, so what I had to do was put it aside, have a little think about it, go through my stash, dig out some elements that I thought might look good on a page, and this is what I'm showing you here. So we've got some white leaves to add to that little floral cluster. We've got some Cocoa Vanilla Studio older collections that I just had little bits and pieces sitting in a box. So I'm going to use some of those. I'm going to create a little bit of background for my photo. Nothing that's particularly difficult in this page, which is good. It's always nice when a page comes together easily. Nobody wants to be sitting staring at the same thing for hours at a time. So what I'm going to do is mostly put this together and show you how I want the layout to look, and then off camera I'm going to stick most everything down because you don't need to see me doing that. But when I'm using adhesive on a mixed media background, I actually like to use adhesive and then a tacky glue as well. So if you're sticking something onto paste, then by all means use a bit of extra glue. There's nothing worse than flicking through an album later on down the track and you've got pieces that have fallen off pages and things like that. Now, I think that titling this page was probably the hardest part, because I wanted it to sort of fit with the theme, and you can see I've got these really great Cocoa Vanilla Studio sticker letters, and I just couldn't quite get it the way I want it, but I ended up settling on the word boo because I think it's pretty self-explanatory by looking at the photos. You've got, you know, a hidden child, and then he's poking his head out from underneath the pink sheet, and then just highlighting the word boo and adding a couple of stickers around this page. So, pink is something that I find really challenging. So if you are challenged by pink, then I certainly encourage you to have a go at this mood board because, what I've noticed going through my albums is that when I'm scrapping boys' pages, flicking through, there's lots of green, there's lots of blue, there's lots of orange, there's lots of black and white. There's not a lot of pink or purple or those more feminine colours. So don't be afraid to use pink on your layouts. I really hope you enjoyed this from me, and I look forward to seeing your creations for Scrapbook Boutique. Thanks for watching.